Hello, Dave here. We're in Middlesbrough. It's in northeast England. It's a town not very far from your own town. When I got into this subject, I was looking and trying to think on Google Earth of places of interest near where I live. And this place is quite mind-blowing. I've been in it many times before, and my son's actually coming to work here shortly over the next couple of hours. It's Middlesbrough Town Hall. But what I want to basically do is just show you the access for a town hall building. What this town has, like a lot of these government buildings, is the high technology, as I call it. This is energy gathering technology that was around long before Victorian times. As you can see up there, metalwork up there is totally surplus to requirements for any building. You can also see the little antennas there. Further up the tower, you've got exactly the same with your little towers. Not only this building is very high tech, but it's also clearly got buried levels. I do know this because there's, there's a pub and what we call the crypt below ground level. Just have a walk along a bit further this way, along this side. We'll try and go from one corner to the other, basically. Just stop here for a sec. That's what I want to try and do. Little fella up there, look. Little dragon. As I pull out a bit and go along, seeing there you've got your towers, you've got your metalwork along the roof as well. What's also very nice on this side, that's these things. These two lovely figures. There's two this side. This doorway, I'm not 100% sure it's original, but you have your two that side. So what I'm going to do is see the splendour of the place. It's a shame there's so much scaffolding about, but little towers everywhere, all with the little antenna on top. Cymatic window patterns maybe, and your gap in the top there, your air vents, hollow space. Right, cross over the road, get a bit closer view of the statues. As per usual, when I come out with my camera, it's either bucketing down with rain or thick fog. But as you can see as we're walking along here, these archways are the very, very tops of windows. But what I've come along this side for is just to have a little close-up of these and the detail. Don't know who they are. The other thing I'll mention, all I think on with this place, as per usual with all builds like this, it's the Victorians that claim to have built it, which I think is utter rubbish. But I've looked around the side here, I think it's pretty plain, but there's a couple of things you don't very often see these days. Let's cross over the road a bit and get a bit better view, like. Red phone boxes. If I get across the road and stand in this doorway, I might be able to get a bit better view out the weather. This is the side of the building. As you can see, right the way along the top of the building, you have these lovely tiny little towers, all with their own, you know, whether it's a form antenna, whether it's a form capacitor, I don't really know with them. But one thing I do know, it's not for decoration like we're told. You know, that is clearly nonsense. You know, why on earth would you need metal garden fencing around your roof? You don't need it. But you see the same design, these little towers on the roof, your metal work on your roof, you know, straight away along. This can be found all over this country, all over Europe, America, Australia, New Zealand, all the same design. All claimed to have been built by the Victorians. So, quick look along that side. Lovely roof. You know, I've been going in this building since I was 8 years old, when I used to come and watch wrestling here. But never ever realised, you know, just what an important building it was in its day, and it still is. But when you think of a massive, huge building like this, it was Town Hall built. A massive building like this to service such a little town makes no sense. They are a red site these days, red phone boxes. Anyhow, catch you on the other side. Just carry on along this side actually. Plus there's another couple of statues I just want to have a peek at. You know, if you listen to my videos in the past, as archways go, archways usually take up the top quarter of a door or a window space. You know, I bet that's at least, well, I do know it goes down one level, be at least two, I think. And just before we move from this side, there's just a couple of little figures in there. And the rain's starting to come down quite heavily, so we'll switch off for now and catch you around the other side. Just before I go, if anyone, you know, wants to know or wants a road reference, we're on Corporation Road in Middlesbrough. This is what's classed as the front of the town hall. It's an Albert Road. This doorway, if I'm trying to explain, this is the main entrance to get in. But when you look at the width of these windows, decoration band, you know, goes right across. That doorway has been put in at a later date with the steps leading up. Don't believe it was original. Just above it we have another, I don't know who he is, another little statue there. As I've been saying with these buildings, religious buildings, government buildings or private residence, why is that necessary? You know, as with churches, little towers everywhere, and really a beautiful example of a building what I would call before our time. This building, the Victorians claim to have built it But I don't believe that for 1 minute. I really don't. Because as I've found in other towns, once you go try and searching for proof of these buildings being built when they say they were, the proof is very, very hard to find. I, like a lot of others, do not believe that that clock was there in the original build. And you've got to ask yourself the question, why all this splendour for a small town? You know, it's a government building, it's the town hall. There's also, it's not just that building, because adjoined to it, you know, is that place. It's all part of the town hall. As you can see, you know, it's all got buried levels. I do know that because there's a place called the Crypt inside here. It's an underground bar. I don't really want to wander out just yet because it's pissing down. I'm stood under cover here. I'll move along a bit. What I want to try and do, not to get into the centre because there's a courtyard in the centre. But we'll just have a quick look along the top. Roofs and your windows are so synonymous with all these buildings. Got its own little capacitor on the top there, look. People wondering why I keep mentioning about capacitors, these things. I'll link the video in the description below that explains exactly what they are and how these are made up. And they're a part of an electrical component, basically. They're part of the technology that these buildings once held. Go try and find this in history books and you won't find it anywhere because it's been airbrushed out of our history, basically, you know. The technology has gone now, and not only that, the reason why all these buildings have buried levels, you won't find anything about that in history books either. Strange. Anyhow, let's move along a bit. I have managed to get into the courtyard and I'll just have a quick flick around. Because government buildings, it wouldn't be the first time I've been turfed away from them. But as you can see on top of all them windows, you have your little capacitors. On the corner of each building you have your towers, and I would suggest buried levels. You can see right the way around, there's bricked up windows. Little antenna up there. I mean, even if you just go along there, look. Little antenna there. It's quite a lovely big courtyard. We'll just have a spin round. And there's no doubt see cameras everywhere watching me, but never mind. Right, that's the way I came in, so I'll go back out this way. I don't want to cause too much attention, not inside the building here. It's a simple walk-through like this, the lovely vaulted arches. Really nice. How old they are, I don't know, but lovely steel gates. think it's a reasonably modern addition, I would think. Just have a walk on the outside, the doorways. These are the doorways I think it's been put in at a later date. Not sure when, but you know, these steps up to, no, they don't make sense to me. Imagine what will want to be windows along here. Now we'll just nip round the other side, so that's a full, you know, view of the four sides. Rain as usual. Just a quick flick through the back here. High Tech 101, and it's right across the whole building, you know. Again with that doorway, you know, I think it's been put in at a later date. Your double window space there, that's all that is, a double window space there. See, right along this side, it's all buried levels, or evidence of. I'm trying to get to this nice bay window here, without upsetting people that are out on cigarettes. Because I think it's lovely. And as you find on all these buildings, the little towers, and whatever the hell he is up there. Oh, that is, oh, it's a bird. Well, my lens is getting rather wet. I'm getting soaked. But what I'll do before I go, just give that a quick rub over. And just look at that lovely fountain. Yeah, that's the quality of the tap water in the northeast. Your fluoride and your chlorines. Quite impressive actually. Very impressive. There you go. I love it. I'm mesmerised by it. Yeah, that's a northeast tap water. So before I go, just a quick look at the top of that splendid building in Middlesbrough. You know, you don't get much finer than that. You really don't. So anyhow, that's Dave, Middlesbrough, checking out. Hope to catch you again. Bye for now.